Athlete World USA coming at you. It's Thursday. It's a little after 8. I'm doing this remotely tonight. I do everything remotely, but remotely from being remote, I guess. On the road tonight. Hope everyone's doing well. Favorite part of my week right here is connecting with you, and hope it's been a great week for everyone. Seems like the world is a little bit more scary right now, and but I always try to bring you good news because everything we're doing at Student Athlete World feels like good news right now. If you've been following our social media, and I know you have, just this awesome string of meetings from all around the world, literally. Most recently, I had an interview with Croatia, not with the whole country, with an athlete from Croatia not long ago, which I found to be just very interesting and fun and just amazing. Just a great kid, great family. We had a meeting for Student Athlete World Canada not long ago, working on a tour next year, which will be our first for Student Athlete World Canada, plus the possibility of Student Athlete World USA going to Canada, which we're not ready to quite announce that one yet, but we're working on that one feverishly. And then most recently, we had meetings with a group from Poland to potentially travel there. And this week, a meeting with a group from Bangladesh, a basketball group who are looking to travel to the United States and use our services the way that we perform these tours internationally. And for me, it's pretty sweet and pretty amazing, just because really before joining Student Athlete World, I had traveled before, I'd seen the world, been areas like Australia and some Caribbean stops, and loved it and really enjoyed traveling. But my interest in world travel wasn't peaked until I started with Student Athlete World. And now that we are investing time in kind of expanding the brand, so to speak, and offering different tours and meeting with different people and exploring different areas, I find myself learning more about the world, I feel like all the time with Student Athlete World. And I don't think there's anything more exciting than being part of a product that is growing and expanding. And here at Student Athlete World, and I've said this before, we are actively looking to do that. Are we just going to have 80 different tours to choose from? Probably not. We want tours that we know that our athletes and families are going to want to travel to. We have another one actually coming up, I believe, tomorrow. But the fact that we are investing time and energy into finding you, our travelers, the best possible traveling situation is something that I'm really proud of and I'm really excited about. And I hope we do have new tours to offer pretty soon. Not that our current tours aren't amazing, because they are, but I hope we have a lot of fun announcements coming up, because I know Tim's putting a lot of work in to make a lot of really exciting things happen for us. And I know I'm personally thrilled. I'm excited. The other news I'm really excited about is email from Tim a short time ago that last year was the second most successful year in the history of the company, and we may just well beat last year's total traveling numbers, which would be amazing. So as always, I am so thankful to all you who travel with us. I am thankful to our families and friends, and I'm thankful to Tim for continuing his vision to make this company just better all the time. And it's the biggest challenge I get is always, how do we do this better? And we're certainly getting there. So it's a great time at Student Athlete World. And here's the other part of it. We are literally 2 months away from tour number 1. That Pyrenees Basketball Cup tour is going out in about 2 months. So we're at the home stretch of filling our rosters. We have a few roster spots remaining for certain tours. So it's a fun part of the year. It's an exciting part of the year. I know I'm getting ready for United World Games and can't wait to be there. And all of our other tours are just looking great. So to our families who are traveling with us, if you're watching this, as I butcher the English language yet again, I hope you're as excited as I am about the summer that's coming up. And if you're watching this because you're curious about our tours, know we do have some roster spots available for this coming summer. Not many, but there are a few out there. And we're already working on 2026. And so, this is the way things are going. These are not the type of opportunities to sit back on. Get those applications in. And now, What in the World? So tonight's What in the World is brought to you by Boar's Head. Welcome aboard, Boar's Head. I'm excited to welcome you as a sponsor. And I bring up Boar's Head because, so as those of you who regularly tune into this show know, I'm down close to 60 pounds year over year. I know my massive face doesn't show it, but certainly feeling great physically. And one of the things when you diet that happens is you crave your old favorites, and me, I'm an eater. I like food. I wish I could eat the way I did even a year and a half ago and get away with it, but I can't. And I'm a big fan of different types of cured meats. So like corned beef and pastrami and things like that. And so, and I really miss that. Like, those are not good, bacon and just, they're not good for you. It's never healthy, even in moderation. And I know this. And, you try to do the turkey bacon thing, the turkey pepperoni, and it doesn't work out too well all the time. And so pastrami, being a New York City kid, one of my favorites. And so this week I discovered pastrami turkey. Interesting. So what pastrami turkey is, only made by Boar's Head. I looked this up myself. Only Boar's Head does it. And pastrami turkey is turkey that has the coating that pastrami has, the seasoning, the spicing. Pastrami spicing is what makes pastrami delicious. Otherwise, it's just corned beef. And I gotta tell you, it's not great for you, very salty, but B, fat content calories, are down there the way they are with turkey because turkey is a very lean meat. I loved it. It was delicious. I put in my pickle sandwich. It's a carb-free sandwich. And I got that flavoring that I'm used to from pastrami. So Boar's Head, you did it right. Welcome on board as a sponsor. And today's What in the World revolves around Major League Baseball. The New York Yankees are off to a big start, mainly because of a new bat technology. If you haven't seen like a Conan bat, it's just a different shaped bat where it's just, it's the same length and same weight of a traditional bat, but most of the kind of girth of the bat is on the barrel. So it's like a Conan bat. And the Yankees have been hitting home runs left and right. And here's the What in the World part. Home runs are one of the things that make baseball fun. All right. I'm old enough to remember when Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa had their race to beat Roger Maris and hit 62 home runs in a year. And that summer, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was the summer of 1999. For me, even though neither played for my Mets, and I'm a big Mets fan, it was still the most exciting that baseball has probably ever been, just because it's a very challenging record to break, and you had two players chase it. And granted, you had the whole steroids thing. We're not going to get into that. But the point here is, yes, baseball needed to clean itself up with performance-enhancing drugs, the same way every sport needs to. And Major League Baseball did. Now, one of the things I remember seeing or listening to an interview with Cal Ripken, where he was asked about steroids because he shattered a durability record in baseball that no one would probably ever break. And he said, I never took them, but one thing I tell you about steroids in baseball is that they worked. And it was like, holy cow, here's someone not advocating for steroids, but almost endorsing the impact that steroids had. But baseball, like every other sport, needed to clean itself up and rid itself of performance-enhancing drugs. And so what has happened now is you have a new type of bat that is allowing players to hit home runs at a rate that is abnormal. And immediately, like the Yankees had a big opening weekend to the season with a bunch of home runs, the immediate response was, we have to ban these bats. And my question is, why? In my opinion, if technology, an even level of technology, where steroids were almost unfair because some players used them and some didn't, and the players who used them had a benefit that the players who didn't use them have. That's not an even playing field. But these bats, if they're open to every team in Major League Baseball, and from what I've read, they are, and they're made the same way for potentially every player in Major League Baseball, my answer is don't ban them, encourage their use. Okay, I love baseball, all right, and I love all sports. It's just the way I'm built. If there's a major sporting event on television, I'm watching because I'm coded to love sports. And baseball, 1980s kid right here, grew up in Queens, New York. New York Mets were, the talk of the town for several years. They won a World Series during that stretch. And so for me, baseball is a great sport. Not everyone agrees with me. I do love baseball. But it is more exciting sport and a better sport when there are runs being scored and home runs being hit. I could sit through a pitcher's duel and enjoy it, but not as much as I will, a 7-6 kind of game where there are 4 or 5 home runs. That is what we want today, just like we want touchdowns in football and 3-pointers in basketball. It's no different. So, for me, the question isn't, should we ban this bat? No. I think Major League Baseball should invest in this bat. Have every team use them. And if through the rules of the sport of baseball, players are hitting home runs at a rate never seen before because of technology, what that is an innovation. Okay, like Air Jordans in basketball, right? Hockey sticks went from wood to the carbon fiber sticks that they use now that are much lighter. You develop a flex in them. I'm not getting into hockey stick technology too much, but that is how sports should work. You innovate it, just like you innovate with strategies. You innovate with your equipment as well. Here is a piece of equipment that is fundamentally going to make baseball that much more interesting and exciting, that much more fan-friendly, and in a way that is legal and clean and pure. In my opinion, let's endorse these bats. Let's use them more. Let's make baseball more exciting. Then you get more fans, and it's a better sport. So I, for one, hope that this bat is the new norm in baseball, that teams hit home runs at a level never seen before, and it will make baseball that much better of a game to watch. Just my opinion, but what in the world to you who want to ban this bat? You want boring baseball. I want exciting baseball. So I hope to see these bats used even more. And to the New York Mets, please pass them out among your team. Time to start winning some more games. That's it for the latest spin this week. As always, so much fun. And as usual, few roster spots left. How do I get involved? You go to STUDENTathleteWorld.com, complete your application, interview with me, and pack your bags. See everyone next week. Have a great week, everyone.